What's going on, everybody? It's Real Galindo here, and
Marcy Bessler.
we are the Meta-QS, bringing to you the latest answers to your questions here in Metalore. And now what's gonna go down is...
Today we are talking about hub worlds and how to make yourself a kick-ass one-stop for all your favorite worlds. But first, spin that logo.
All right, so today we are here with Marcy Bessler, as we stated, and we are here visiting Marcy's hub world. So tell us about it, Marcy. Where are we? What's going on here? I love the space. What is this?
So when I first started to create worlds, or at least I do have a few of them out there, I noticed that each time that I wanted to go and visit one of my favorite worlds, I had to go into my favorites list as we did through our other video. And I had about 25 pages of just all of my favorite worlds. And it just got so annoying to have to go through each and every single one of them just to try and find the world that I wanted to go to or to show to somebody else where I wanted to go. And so what I had decided to do was I went into altspace VR. I downloaded this template, which I believe is Andy's expedition hall. And from there, this is the setting that it gave me, which I found so beautiful because I don't know if you can see outside. It's almost like an Italy setting. And I think it's just so beautiful, very relaxing. When you walk around, there's actually the sound of water and it's so relaxing. So I decided to make this my hub world.
So in regards to hub world, and by the way, it is beautiful. I love the Italy setting. Very relaxing. Could I actually just come in here and hang out?
You actually can if you wanted to. If you were to save it to your favorites, when you come in here or when you transport over in here, you can save it to your favorites. Or if you end up making a hub world yourself, you could add my world to yours.
So if I was to hang out in your hub world, these things we're just about to talk about, these spaces and these transports, are your favorites. Like, I couldn't add my favorites in here, correct?
No, because this is actually mine itself. So it would be everything that I've added to it. However, if you do like a lot of the majority worlds that I go to, you can still save it to your favorites. So if you want to come in and you can then go to them yourselves.
That is super cool. So now let's talk about, again, these little circles that we're seeing all over the place, which I believe are... Now, this is a hub world. So what are these
Correct.
little blue things I'm seeing shining all over the place?
So as you know, on our favorites list, it's just a whole bunch of those worlds. What I've done is I've taken that favorites list and I've brought them all into this one. So each one of these blue circles that you are seeing, these are all portals to my favorite worlds. And if you notice over here, I've even designed it where I have titles for each place that you want to go to. So if you can see here that I have my movie nights that I have right here, and it shows all the different movie places I like to go to. So it's got the portals for the 3 of my favorite movie portals. If you ever want to go to a club or if you want to have music for yourself, I have my Let's Dance, and it's a lot of our DJs are here in altspace and a lot of their worlds. If you can see, DJ is actually one of them, and these are a lot of his clubs that he has created himself. So from now on, if he was to say, hey, Marcy, meet me at the Music Factory, I don't have to go and search through any of my favorites. I can just come into my hub world and I can click on the Music Factory and it will transport me over to his world that he has created. I've designed it to where you can see, if you look over here and it shows explore, these are all portals to ones that you can explore. You can design it how you want to. I've designed it to where people can actually decide how they want to go to certain places. So like I said, I have one that's for my movie nights. I have one for all of the different clubs. I have, scary. These are ones that are actually scary and fun to explore. These ones are beautiful ones that you can actually go and just enjoy the scenery or the world that the person has created. So I have it where these are all the fun and games. These are all places that you can actually go into and actually interact and play games with other people in altspace. So much fun. And a lot of these are very kid friendly. I do come in here with, of course, DJ Kitten. She's 8 years old, and we love to go to this. I call this the Emily section because these are all the worlds that she likes to go to, and we can go there, and it's kid friendly. The best thing about having a hub world is what I mentioned before. When you go into your menu and you click on world and you go on to your favorite, you could have about 20 to 25 pages of all of your favorite, and they're in alphabetical order. So, for an example, let's say I want to go to the Simpson world. I have to go all the way down to the S's, and you have to click next, 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 all the way until you get to Simpson world, and then you can go and enter it. That's what the pro is of having your own hub world, is because you come in here, and now you can click on any one of the places that you actually do want to go and visit. Now, the cons of having a hub world, it's not really that big of a deal, but in situations, let's say somebody met like they want to redo their hub, and so they take theirs down, or they end up leaving altspace, or whenever you do get a brand new place that you want to set up, you just have to continuously keep up with these portals. So you have to edit it. You have to make sure that you put in the right name. Perfect example, one of the movie nights, it used to just be D3D movies, and it turned back to being Duke's 3D movies. So I came back to change the title so that way if people wanted to come and visit, they would know that that was Duke's 3D's movie. That would be the only con. It's not really that big of a deal because it's really easy to actually edit your world.
That's pretty awesome. I mean, it looks amazing in here. I love the way you have it organized and easy. And for somebody like me to come in here and know that these are fun and games, and I've got explore, and I've got let's dance and hanging out and movie night, you make the categories very easy to understand and to understand how to do that. So the next question is going to be, how are we able to then create our own world?
So right now, what we are going to do is we're actually going to set up a portal right now in my hub world. And this is how you can do this yourself. So when you do create your own, this is how we do this. On your right-hand side, there's going to be a world editor. You're going to click on world editor. From world editor, you're going to click on editor panel. Now a list will come up in front of you. You are going to click at the very top that says basics. And in there, there's going to be label. And then the next one is teleporter. You're going to click on teleporter. And from this point, you guys are going to see what I'm going to do. Well, actually in yours, from teleporter, you're going to click where it says recent. Now, the reason why you go to recent is because let's say this was the most recent world that I actually visited, and it will go up to the last 5 that you've been to. You'll notice that the very first one on your list was Marcy's Hub World. But before that, any places that you visited, the most recent, that is what's going to be on your teleporter. So if you want to go to other worlds, you have up to 6 of them to go into, and that way you can set them up in your hub world. So in this situation, the last place I went to visit was my friend Evil Barbie's Ice Palace. This is actually where she does card games. So here's the portal. I can size it to whatever size I would prefer it to be. And then I'm just going to move it over to my Hangouts. Evil Barbie's Ice Palace is actually where we do card games. So I'm going to set it up right there. And then along with it, I have her title of her world. And I'm just going to place that right over it. So now, anytime I want to go over there and I want to play a card game over at Evil Barbie's Ice Palace, it's now set up and I can just go in there. I can just click on it and it will transport me over to her world. So it makes it so simple.
Okay, so I have a question for you, Mars. I see that all of these are named like Campfire, the Beach Boardwalk, and these are probably names of items that they've created in their worlds, but can you name them?
Yes, definitely. What I can do is the same place that I showed you guys on how to get to the teleporter. You'll notice that right before teleporter, I had mentioned labels. You can actually change any label. That's actually how I made the one that says just hang out. That's also how I made fun and games, the titles to all of the sections of my world. So you can actually make your own. I wouldn't recommend it only because let's say that somebody puts my world as their favorite. And let's say they did want to go to Evil Barbie's Ice Palace, but I just have it changed to Marcy's card game. They're not going to know that that's Evil Barbie's Palace. I would say use the labels when you're wanting to make different titles of maybe your own world that you've created itself. But as far as others, I would only change it as if the creator themselves changed the title of their world.
Hey, a side question. Are hubs like this one better than worlds and alt spaces in quotes?
I don't think that it would be better. Each one of these portals are created by other creators, other people. They are so much fun. Hubs are just easier to get transported over to those worlds.
Got it. And that's what I was going to mention is your hub world is really a place for all your portals. Portals are the worlds and the alt spaces, but you're right, it's not one better than the other. But I really love that one place to go to where all my favorites are. And as you stated, not having to go search and search and search for something that I could just come in here one time, favorite this, and go to my Club X or Arby's or Know Your Friends or Zen Garden and things like that. Awesome. Well,
Exactly.
this was informative, Mars. I love this. Meta-QS in the
Well,
house.
thank you. And I'm so glad you guys got to see my hub world.
Thumbs up. Wait,
Oh,
thumbs.
yeah. Thumbs up.
Can't get the thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. I'm trying to
Number
do the
one.
thumbs up. Thumbs up. My hands don't work. All right. Well, as usual, like, subscribe, ring that ringer, and tap that ass, right?
Make sure you subscribe and hit that ringer to get notifications for every Monday on your Meta-Q Mondays.
Meta-Q Mondays. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.